Hello and welcome back to another episode of the Foundational Fathers podcast, where faith runs deep, duct tape fixes everything, and apparently our studio has more screens than a NASA control room today.
That's right. We've got two special guests beaming in from the digital mission field. First, Marcus Phillips is joining us from video from what looks like a suspicious, like his garage.
And it's not a garage, right, Marcus?
It's not.
It's a multi-purpose life optimization center, right?
Well, yes, you could say that.
Yeah. Well, that's a fancy way to say garage in the Michigan world, but it has to be full of snacks.
And also joining us is comedian and magician Dave McCreary, also by video, ready to amuse us, use us, and probably make us check our pockets.
Yeah. I don't want any dollar bills stolen from my wallet while we're leaving. Otherwise, I'm going to
Too late.
him.
Too late.
It's like,
I don't think you could pickpocket over Zoom. I think shipping's just too expensive.
Well, a magician could.
All right, so now this is our favorite segment everybody loves. We did a whole one on this last week, just all of it, the last couple weeks actually. But we're calling this the Dad Jokes Mega segment. All right, gentlemen, we're starting with our most sacred segment, and it's just going to be a cheerful, full of good humor, good-hearted taste of good medicine, and maybe there might be some jokes that even disappear.
Translation, we're about to
ones
administer
that need to.
Yeah.
10 dose after prescription.
Guys, you know why I keep a golf club on my windshield?
No.
So I can park in the handicap spots.
Told you it's good.
It's better than this one.
What do you call a bunch of rabbits in line walking backward?
Bunch of rabbits walking in line backwards?
Yes.
I don't know.
Yeah, no idea.
A receding hairline.
Receding hairline. Yep. Okay.
That's daggone. I'm angry that I didn't catch that one. That's good.
Yeah. Yeah, that's good. Why did the golfer bring two pairs of pants to the golf course?
I got this one.
No,
I think I got this one.
Yeah, because he got a hole in one.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Or in case he got a hole in one.
Yeah.
Not real happy with this first one. This one's stupid. What kind of shoes do frogs wear?
Ooh, I don't know that.
I have an idea.
Open-toed sandals. So stupid.
Okay.
So dumb.
Yeah, I thought they're gonna be like a playoff sharks, like croakers or something.
Oh.
Okay.
I told my wife she should do lunges to stay in shape. But that would be a big step forward.
That's a big step.
Also, it's going to get you slapped.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Yeah, that too. You're gonna be doing the lunges to the couch.
What do you call a magician who's lost his magic?
Ian.
Oh!
Yeah.
The nerdy magician's going to know that one.
Oh man. All right, I'm gonna go biblical. It's one of my favorite biblical ones, but you know why God created Adam first? To give him a chance to speak. I need to do some lunges too, apparently.
All right. Well, if we're talking about our wives and stuff, I got to tell you before we go on with these dad jokes, my wife, I found out my wife thinks I invade her privacy. That's what she said in her diary, anyway.
I like
Well, speaking of wives, mine told me to stop impersonating a flamingo. So you had to put one foot down, I guess.
The acting in that, the way you shrug your shoulders when you said that. Oh, I hope people see that.
Oh,
Well, I got one. This is Raymond told me this one, a buddy of mine. Why don't people want to play cards with Noah?
Say that again.
Why do people not want to play cards with Noah?
Oh, he's always standing on the deck.
Yeah. I was thinking about having two pair.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
But I mean, that's not a good hand though. I mean, it's good, but
Yeah. It's
jeez. I don't know if I want to go with the wife one or if I'm going to go with biblical. We'll go biblical. How long was Cain mad at his brother?
As long as he was able.
As long as he was able.
I got that right? Wow, I totally guessed.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah, you got it. Yeah.
That was good. Hey, I took a poll last week. 100% of the people in the tent were angry.
That's a good one.
Hey,
I
that
do
works.
stop that. I
Hey,
literally
they're
just
setting
stopped
up a tent outside right now.
You go take a poll and see if it's the same thing. 100% of the
Okay,
people
yeah.
were angry.
We'll find out.
Oh. Hey, did you hear about the guy who invented lifesavers?
No.
He made a mint.
What do you call cheese that isn't yours?
Nacho cheese.
Nacho cheese.
Wow.
Yeah. I told my wife to embrace her problems, so she gave me a hug.
Love that one.
Oh, I just built an ATM that only gives out coins. To me, it just made sense. Right?
Great. Wow.
Oh man.
Oh my goodness. That was fun. 10 dad jokes. Well, make it 12. No refunds.
Yeah.
No refunds. All right.
That's right.
Today, guys, we have this special guest, Dave McCreary, coming online. Gonna just really, enlighten us with his wisdom. Well, or make us die laughing. One of the two. But he is here now. So if you've never seen him live before, picture this: if Dad Jokes had a baby with David Copperfield, raised it with a youth group, and fed it nothing but Chick-fil-A and punchlines, you get Dave McCreary.
Nice.
The
I like
only
it.
magician that I know who can make a deck of cards disappear and simultaneously forget where he put his parties. He's a comedian who's been cracking up audiences across the country, which is impressive considering most of his punchlines come with a side of sleight of hand and a dad-like shoulder shrug. And David's been married for decades. I mean, let's just say he knows how to make arguments vanish. Though sometimes he's made dinner disappear instead. So, David, welcome to the podcast.
Well, thanks for having me. I'm honored.
Oh,
That was
so
a
we're
good
just
intro.
gonna-
That was fantastic.
I made this up all on the fly, just like
I
10
can
seconds
tell.
ago.
I can
So,
tell.
but let's just jump right in, David. You're a magician and a comedian, two professions built around timing, illusion, and surprise. How have those connected your walk with Christ?
That's a good question. Like, I do a lot of corporate events where I'm brought in to either do like a stand up comedy magic show, or sometimes I just walk around a party, like a social hour at an event, doing close up magic. And then I do a lot of churches, whether it's men's conference, women's conference, just a Friday night where the church wants to entertain the neighborhood. The same show for the church that I do for the corporate events. So in other words, I don't do what they call gospel magic, for no other reason than I want to do magic at a church where if a non-believer comes in, I want them to think, okay, that was just really good, high quality comedy and magic. I don't want them to feel like I'm like there was a hidden agenda with the church. So what I'm thinking is like if the church opens up and does a Friday night show just for the community, and what they're going to do is they're going to have me come in, do some magic, some comedy, and then the pastor will get up there later and say, hey, we're just doing this for the neighborhood. We just wanted to let you guys know we're here. We meet on Sunday. We'd love to have you back. So there is a reason for having that event, but I don't want the folks to come in to feel like, okay, they had me come in. Now they're trying to lay this on me pretty thick by having a magician doing this gospel magic. And I don't know. I just try to keep it high quality so that non-believers come in there and think that was good. And I kind of want to go back and see what this is all about on Sunday.
Yeah.
If that makes any sense at all.
Yeah. I mean, God calls us to be in the world, right?
Right.
We're not to be a part of what's going on, but at least we'll have to live in it.
Right.
And obviously we can't evangelize people and bring them to Christ if we're not around them. Right. So yeah, it makes total sense. And Same thing with, when I was on tour, we did a lot of things outside of church to bring them to places.
Right. When you mention how is Christ centered in that, even when I'm doing a corporate event where obviously I'm not doing any preaching whatsoever, there's still, my show is completely clean. I've still had people come up to me afterwards asking, any chance you're a believer? And I'm like, yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So there's still that. I still want to represent. I want Jesus represented. Even when somebody looks at me and doesn't know me and they just hear me talking, they can tell that, hey, there's something different about this guy.
Yeah.
So
absolutely.
Yeah, he's opened some awesome doors for me. When I speak at high schools and middle schools around the country, I tell them that I can't talk at the schools about my faith really, but I tell them that I believe the magic that I learned 34 years ago has led to everything that I do now as far as like the entertainment, because 34 years ago I learned a few card tricks that got me in front of people. I learned how to talk to people. So I put a lot of credit on walking into that magic shop. But I think God was the one that said, all right, David, this is what you're going to do for a living. You're going to make people happy and make them smile. Here's how you're going to do it. I'm going to have you walk into this magic shop and learn a couple things, and it's going to continue to grow to where you can entertain folks and make them smile and reach them. Sometimes reach them with a message. Sometimes just entertain them to make them smile.
Yeah, that's great.
I got a question for you, if you don't mind.
Okay.
How do you personally see the invisible but present nature of God show up in your everyday life?
So I was thinking about that earlier. This the idea of God being invisible, and that's not unusual to have something in our life that's invisible. I mean, the air we breathe, we don't see, but it's very, very much there. So for somebody to say, well, how do you even know God's there if you can't even see him? The air is here. I can't see it. My son lives 10 miles from me. He knows I'm in his life even though he can't see me right now. He knows I'm there. So knowing that, just a couple weeks ago, I was coming home from a gig, driving. It was a good couple hour drive, and I'd say most of that drive I turned off my radio and I just talked to God. I can't see him, but I know he hears me. And obviously we call it prayer. I like to call it talking with God, because it's just me sitting in my car talking to God. And though, like you said, invisible, he's still present. He says, I'll never leave you or forsake you. There's a band I listened to growing up called Rage of Angels, and their song was called Never Leave You or Forsake You. And I just happened to hear that maybe about a week ago. I hadn't heard it forever, and it came on a playlist on my Spotify. And it's just a reminder that he's here constantly.
Yeah. And, I think we can lose sight of that in the fast-paced world that we, really live in what I call noise. A lot of things that are around us that really don't matter.
Right.
Marcus, I'm sure that you can attest to that.
Was that Nick?
Marcus, I'm sure that you can attest to that noise in your life of everything around you being crazy.
Yeah. There's always that season of chaos, that you gotta try and navigate all of that through. But I think obviously when we put God first, though, it kind of helps control that chaos a little bit.
Right.
Or at least let you manage it. You can stay on the boat a little longer.
Yeah, for sure. And we for those of you that don't know out there, we are now on Faith Points TV, and being intentional about what we're doing here, being intentional about that time that we spend with God is really where things kind of start to take off in my day. And I know that all the brothers that are here with me, either by video or in the studio, can attest to that too. That when we put what He wants us to do first, the things that might be hard throughout the day, like you might have a flat tire later on in the day, but you're probably going to go about that a lot different than if you hadn't been prayed up and talking to God before that happened. Unless you're like me, who in the middle of my conversation with God, then you have a flat tire and you're like, okay, God, really? What now? Like,
Right.
okay. But yeah, that's only happened in Baltimore, Maryland. But
Oh, that's terrifying.
Yeah. Often that Dave, you perform for youth groups, for churches, and retreats. What is one of the most powerful responses that you've ever seen mixing faith with illusions and comedy?
It happens quite often when, and I actually talked about this again at I was speaking to school staff just a couple days ago down in Southern Ohio, just doing some motivational stuff, and I did a little bit of magic first, my stand-up show, like 20-30 minutes of comedy and magic. Then I just motivate them as we're going into the new year, their new school year, and I had somebody come up to me afterwards, and they, with tears in their eyes, mentioned how much they needed that laugh. They needed that in their life, and it's crazy. Like I mentioned my faith a little bit, speaking to the staff. I don't preach, but I mentioned that I lost my dad this past January, and one thing I'm talking to the students or the teachers about is just finding joy, just laughing, which is just an outward expression of joy. And I said that's one thing that keeps me going. I said one thing that keeps me going is laughing. Remember funny stories from my dad. The other is my faith. So I can say stuff like that when I talk to folks, when I talk to like the schools. I can get a little bit in there.
Right.
So then when people come up to me afterwards to talk, whether they just like the magic or they really needed it, you have a chance to talk to them and share with them a little bit more about your faith, or about my faith. And it's good. It's a good feeling to know that, just being goofy has opened doors for me to talk to folks, on a personal one-on-one basis.
For sure.
And it happens quite often. I like it.
Yeah, it is nice to have those conversations with people. Just kind of you're walking into it unplanned, but that because the God of us has written His word on our heart, right, Marcus? That we're able to come and respond in those situations. I know you've had a few of those type of situations, dealing with homeless people and whatnot, but like just being able to share the word of God in those moments, because the word of God is written on our hearts.
Yeah. The worst part about it for me is I run hot. So by the time my show's over, I'm a sweaty, nasty mess. And it's bad. And I get people come up to talk to me, and I'm just dripping, just soaked. And I'm trying to have a serious conversation with them, and I can feel sweat running down my backside into places that it's hard to concentrate sometimes. I'm trying to talk about God, and it's gross.
That's when you just go like, I'm so emotional right now. With just the tears running down my face.
My whole body's crying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know why I would bring that up. Nobody needed to know that, but for some reason I felt it necessary to tell you guys.
We can always edit it out, but I
won't. He's not going to.
I didn't think so. I'm trying to figure out a way to work it into my show. It is crazy. Like, I can walk into an event and they can have it set, the temperature set at 65 degrees, and I walk in, I'm like, oh, this feels good. And then by the time my show's done, I'm just a sweaty mess, and I think it's my mom. I think I got it from my mom's side.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
It's-
those spotlights can be really hot, though.
Well, yeah, that's true too. That's
They
true
are.
too.
I mean, I know playing bass on stage, I'm like, I can't wear layers
Yeah.
because it's going to get bad.
Yep. Yep.
So, but I mean, I know the crowd wants me at least to have a layer on, but you know.
Right. Right. At least one.
Well, let's
No
talk
less
fatherhood.
than one.
Let's talk fatherhood. How do you balance being a husband and a dad with a career that often puts you on the road?
That's a good question. And I didn't do a lot of traveling until my youngest was out of high school. I still had to do a little bit for what I did, but now I can travel a bit more. My wife will go with me to fun places. So if I've got a show, I'll give you an example. Uh, Back in 2022, I did my first cruise ever. My wife and I had never been on a cruise. Um, they in Ohio, there's an organization called Buckeye Cruise for Cancer. So it's all Buckeye, Ohio State Buckeye themed. They charter a Royal Caribbean ship, and they asked me to be the entertainment on this ship. So and they said you can bring your wife. I'm like, okay, awesome. Um, she had never been on a cruise, and the week before that, I was doing three shows for a church that had different locations right on Palm Coast, just north of Port Canaveral. So my wife said, I'll go to Palm Coast with you, and then you get on the ship. I'll come home, and you see if you think I like it. Then maybe we'll do a cruise next year." And as soon as I got on the cruise ship, I'm like, "Oh, she should be here. She would love this." So she goes with me. So as far as me traveling, she goes with me to the fun places. If I head off to Kansas or Illinois, no offense, not much. It's just not much different than Ohio. You know, so she's hanging back here, and I think she enjoys the quiet time without me because I can be a handful. I can. I mean, I think I'm charming and
never
adorable.
be handfuls. Never. Never handfuls for our wives. No.
Yeah, so it's not too bad. The traveling isn't bad because, like I said, I waited until pretty much towards the end of my kid's high school career, and you know my youngest is off and married now, and he lives, like I said, he lives like 10 miles from us. So we still see him all the time.
Yeah, sometimes distance is great,
Yeah.
but sometimes the distance can be a little too far. I have, since the last time you were on, I've had another child get married, and she lives in Texas now.
Oh wow.
And so I got a Minnesota kid, a Texas kid, and then I got one still living at home for one more year. He's a senior this year, but
Yeah,
so
that's
I'm
awesome.
experiencing all the like mixed emotions of having kids that are really far away, and then one's right here.
Yeah.
So it's a little different world for me.
Yeah.
But as a dad, there have been times when I've felt invisible though to my kids until the moment that they're hungry or they can't find the remote or they just need a few extra bucks. But with God, His presence is constant, whether I notice or not. So why is it that when I'm in the middle of my troubles, do I feel like He's not there?
Yeah. Well, I know sometimes this is kind of related. There are times
Sure.
when I'm praying for something, and I get what I'm looking for, but I forget to thank God for it. I prayed for it, and I forget. Like once I get it, I'm like, okay, cool. This whatever I needed, it happened, and then you forget about it.
Yeah.
Again, I think that goes back to, He's not physically standing like visually right in front of you, so sometimes we forget. And I've been getting better at going back to him and saying, hey, thank you for this.
Yeah.
But it's interesting that you mentioned like how your kids sometimes you're invisible to them until they
Yeah.
need something. And I think that's the same thing we do with God.
Yeah.
When we need him, we run to him, which is the first thing we do. But
Yeah.
when things are going good, there's been times where I'm like, oh my gosh, I lay down to go to bed, and I'm like, I haven't even talked to God for 2 days,
Yeah.
because there was no trial or anything in my life at the time. So I'm trying to get better at that,
Yeah, for sure. Marcus, can you give those dads out there that might have a different type of family setup. I mean, I know that you have uh, a different family dynamic in your household than what most people have out there. Uh, can you give an encouraging word where maybe a dad that doesn't feel like they're seeing in their family dynamic?
Can you elaborate that a little bit? Like, you want me to explain to them what it's like in a different dynamic in raising your child?
Yeah, in raising your child, how you're seen by your kids.
Oh, okay. How I'm seen by my kids.
Yeah,
Well, for me, luckily, and I do get to spend a lot of time with my kids. Just being that, honestly, my wife, she's the breadwinner. I get to do my business, so my kids get to be alongside me in that area. Um, but there's times that other things I do, like right now, here at a wedding and my kids are away. My wife's away a lot, so like we're used to that. Just to the asset, like knowing to put God first, and luckily that I've built them up in a way to do that. So I am away. It makes things a little bit easier.
sure.
I don't what words of encouragement is just focus on Him. He's the wisest person that I've ever learned from. You know, uh, listen to His word, pray.
Yeah, and I think that kind of encouraging word out there really makes God visible.
Yeah.
Visible.
Mhm.
And, right now is the time in this segment where David going to not only talk about something that invisible or visible, but we're gonna see it in action. Uh, he's gonna walk us through a mental moment, and we can follow along and hopefully catch what he's trying to show us. And maybe the sleight of hand won't be so quick. We'll see.
All right. So let's do this. I need everybody to grab 7 playing cards.
All right, let's grab 7 cards.
So if you're out there listening, take a second, pause the podcast, whatever you need to do. Go grab seven playing cards.
Oh, look at that.
I can only count to 6.
Well, count to 6 and then just add one more.
Okay, all right. Okay. Can we look at them?
You can, yeah. You're gonna look at them here in a minute, but
Okay.
you want 7 cards. Let me know once I see Marcus is up there.
All right.
Got them. All right.
Yep.
So first thing, I'm gonna move this down here. I'm really into yacht rock right now.
Okay.
So that's what the shirt is. You're gonna,
Cool.
yeah. So means nothing. All right, here we go. Mix your.
I got 2 jokers by accident.
Okay, yeah.
All
You
right.
want all 7 cards need to be different.
Okay. Those
right,
jokers.
So just mix them up a bit in your hand.
Only on a dadpod. All right. Okay.
Good. After you mix them up,
Yep.
just square them up, hold them in your hand like you're getting ready to deal them. You're not going to, but hold them like
Yeah.
you're getting ready to deal them. And then take a look at the bottom card of the deck. Just look at that and remember the bottom card. Good? And if you need to, you could write, because that card, your bottom card, is going to represent God in your life.
Okay.
Okay? So if you need to, if you don't think you'll be able to remember that card, you can take a marker, write God on it, whatever you want to do.
Okay.
Right, so here we go. So that bottom card, remember that card. Now you're going to spread the cards out in your hand.
Okay.
And then take any card besides the card on bottom. Take any card, turn it face up, and put it exactly in the center. So you should have 3 face down cards on top of it, 3 face down cards below it, but 1 face up card exactly in the middle.
Okay.
Good?
Got it.
Okay, and then square those up again. So now in your hand, like you're getting ready to deal, you've got 7 cards. The exact center card is a face up card.
Okay.
Okay, so now everybody's going to start at a different position. So you're just going to cut the deck. So just take a chunk of cards, however many you want, and move them to the bottom.
Yeah.
Good?
Yeah.
All right. So there's 7 cards here. We're going to say the 7 cards represent like the 7 days in a week. So this is your life. God's in there somewhere, but this is your life.
Okay.
So here's what I want you to do. I want you to spread those cards open again. when you look at the cards, I want you to take all the cards that are face down above the face-up card and move those to the bottom.
Yeah.
Okay? So some of you out there may have moved 2 face-up cards or face-down cards to the bottom, whatever. You just want your face-up card now on top of the deck.
Yeah.
That face-up card, we're gonna pretend that is just an event that has happened in your life. It could be a good thing, it could be a bad thing, it could be a neutral thing. But take it and get rid of it. It's in your past. So just throw it off to the side. We don't need that anymore. Your new top card, you're going to move that to the bottom. That's just time passing by. Good?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
The next top card, same thing. You don't have to look at it. It's just an event that's happened in your life. Get rid of it. Throw it off to the side. It's happened, good, bad, neutral, doesn't matter. Next card on top, move it to the bottom. That's time passing by. All right. Now you're going to spread the cards again in your hand. Totally up to you. You're going to take either the 1, 2, or 3 top cards and move those to the middle of the deck somewhere. So if you take 3, you're just putting them in. They don't have to stay together, but they do need to go into the middle of the deck. Good? Okay, and square those up again. So some people may have moved 1 to the middle, some may have moved 2 to the middle, but everybody has a different situation.
Yeah.
Whatever your new card is on top, that's another event in your life that's gone by. Toss it off to the side. New top card, another day passing by. Move it to the bottom. New top card, another event going by. It's happened. So now fan out the cards. Everybody should have 3 cards in their hand.
Yeah.
Okay. So you can either do this. You can keep it the same, or you can reverse count them into your other hand. Totally up to you. If you want to reverse count them into your hand, you can. If not, and then square them up.
Yeah.
Top card. It's another event. Get rid of it. Next top card, time passing by, move it to the bottom. Top card, another event passing by. Everybody should have 1 card in their hand. Look and see if that's God still in your life.
Hey,
Yeah.
look at
Did that
that.
work?
It did.
Yeah.
So he's there constantly, even when you don't see him as you go through life. God's there in your life at all times.
That's awesome. I still don't know how you did that.
I don't either. That one freaks me out. I'll lose
But
sleep
again-
over that tonight.
How do you know how to follow directions?
But again, I can only count to 6, so that's probably why I don't know how you did that. All right, yeah. Oh, so these powerful takeaways from Dave have been always great. Even on the last episode you were on, I still had a powerful takeaway from that, and that just visible version of God through that card trick really just takes hold of God in a different way. Wouldn't you say, Dan?
Yes.
Yeah. So we loved having you on. We hope everybody out there has had a chance to enjoy this as well, the dad jokes and everything. You guys can always catch David out there at stuffdaviddoes.com. Is that right?
That's right.
All
Nailed
right. Hey, I just looked it up like a anyway. I really hope that you guys do check him out wherever he is available, that you can see him live. He is fun in person as well. Yeah, he's always fun on here, but he's even more fun in person, especially when you see how tall he is compared to the life-size giants that are up there. So, and I'm not talking about the San Francisco or the football giants in New York, but he's probably small compared to them too. But his magic is so much larger than life. That's what I
appreciate it.
So definitely check him out again, stuffdaviddoes.com. And you can always find him on any social media, YouTube and whatnot. Just right. And we'll actually put those links in the bottom of our comments and description section, so you can also check that out. So, but right now, I know that we've kind of touched on this invisible versus visible God. And he is both. And that is the great thing about God. He's invisible in one aspect, but visible in the aspects that we need him to be all the time. So out there, if you're listening today and you feel like God is distant or invisible, like you're walking through life blindfolded. Maybe a card deck is in your mouth. Trying to hold things together with duct tape, even, and maybe a leftover sandwich, you're trying to finish. It's not just leftover hope. Here's the truth. He's not gone. He's never left you. He's been present in every moment of your life, whether you wanted him there or not. Even the ones that you felt empty inside, he's been there.
It says in John 20:29, it says, "Blessed are those who have not seen and yet have believed." Faith isn't about what you can prove, it's about who you trust.
So if you're ready to trust in the God who sees you, even when you don't see him, let's repeat this prayer after me. So bow your heads. God, I may not see you, but I believe in you and who you are. Forgive me and make me new. I give you my heart, my future, and my trust. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen.
And if you prayed that prayer, guys, reach out to anybody in the Michigan community or in the Ohio community in Columbus or in the McDonough County, Illinois area, or wherever you're at. You can always find us on the Intentionally UNCMN Initiative.com, which is a new website. Go check it out. There's merch there. There's ways to give to our purpose through the Million Bibles Initiative there. But there's also a way to reach out to us so we can get you connected into a community of brotherhood that's only going to help you see God instead of feel like he's never there. So definitely do that. And you can always find us on Facebook and any social media out there, as well as Faith Points TV. Today's episode is brought to you by sponsors that make this possible. One is Sabbath Coffee Roasters, for when you need a brew strong enough to raise the dead or just your kids go to church. And by Sasquatch Gun Oil, for weapons that stay ready, even when you're not. By Pretty Good Wood Turning, because spitting wood into art is manly. And by the Intentionally UNCMN Initiative, where raising up fathers, men, and leaders who don't follow the crowd, but Christ. Arnold Bros Heating and Cooling, keeping your home warmer than a Pentecostal altar call. Yes. So Dave, wrap it up. Give me one final encouraging word or a funny moment, or both.
All right. Listen, I know there's times when you think God's absent because you don't physically see him. Like I mentioned, I lost my dad in January. It was awful, just awful. The closest that I've ever lost somebody to me. There's been a lot of loss in my life, but this was the closest and a little unexpected. I couldn't have made it through without him. Could not have made it through without him. So there's this moment where you have to realize that I don't physically see you, but I see you. If that for a non-believer who doesn't understand it, that doesn't make sense until you come to him and you realize what we're talking about. So yeah, rely on him through the good times, the bad times. Talk to him. He's there. He says he will never leave us. Just like you read out of John, blessed are those who believe but have not seen. He's there. He's reaching out to you. And I almost forgot something. You talk about a laugh and me laughing and finding joy going through sorrow. So my mom and dad lived with us. Anytime I would go back to the back room where Dad had his TV room and ask like, hey, I'm running to the grocery store. Do you need anything? Listen to me, every single time he would say, no, I don't need anything, but I'd drive if I were you. Instead of running to the grocery store, I'd drive if I were you. And it drove me in. It was funny the first time, but every single time it drove me insane. I'm like, Dad, oh my gosh, it's not. And he would laugh for 15 minutes afterwards. Just laugh and laugh. So I ended up getting this on my arm. Tattoo that says, I'd drive if I were you. So I've got a dad joke on my arm. It's my dad's joke, and it gets me through. It gets me through.
That's awesome.
I love that.
Yeah. Oh, and speaking of things that are funny but yet portable, carry around with you anywhere you go.
Uh-huh.
We have water bottles available on our merch store. You know what I find really funny about this? They're portable. Can you
Yeah.
believe a water bottle is portable? Who would have thought, right? Oh.
That's awesome.
So whether or not you're pulling coins out of your kid's ear or just trying to pull off a family dinner, remember, God is invisible but present. So lead with faith, laugh often, and know what your Heavenly Father is and that He never disappears from your sight.
Catch us on Faith Point TV. Follow us on Instagram. And don't forget to subscribe because duct tape can fix a lot. But a lack of good podcasts ain't one of them.
Yeah, this has been another exciting episode of the Foundational Fathers Podcast. I am the mute bass player alongside Marcus the Philippian, Jamie the silent trucker, and Dave McCreary, the insane comedic magician. There we go. Almost fell on the fly. We'll see you next time. But until then, I want you to stay grounded, stay goofy, and stay faithful, my friends. We'll see you next week.